May I have this dance?
The Whitmore mansion was radiant that Saturday afternoon. Spring sunlight illuminated the impeccable gardens where hundreds of high society guests celebrated the 20th birthday of Daniel, the only son and heir of powerful businessman Richard Whitmore. The party was a spectacle of opulence. Waiters circulated with trays of French champagne. The symphony orchestra played classic waltzes, and tables were decorated with rare flower arrangements. Among the guests stood out the most coveted young women of society. Sophia Hamilton, daughter of an oil magnate, in her Dior dress and family jewels. Victoria Ashford, heiress to a banking fortune, recently returned from Paris. Amanda Sterling, model and socialite whose face graced magazine covers. Elizabeth Monroe, daughter of a senator with powerful political connections. And Isabella Crawford, granddaughter of a European count with nobility titles. They were all there with one clear objective: to capture the attention of Daniel Whitmore, the city's most desired bachelor. While this elite danced and socialized, Clara, the young 20-year-old housekeeper, watched everything from the hallway leading to the kitchens. Her blue and white uniform and bright yellow gloves were her trademark. She was there to work, not to dream. Daniel was on the dance floor, fulfilling his role as perfect host. He danced with each of the 5 beautiful heiresses. Sophia talked about Monaco. Victoria discussed Parisian art. Amanda posed for cameras. Elizabeth mentioned political alliances. Isabella shared stories about her family's castle in Tuscany. They were all beautiful, all educated, all perfect for the role, and Daniel was completely bored. His eyes searched for someone else. Clara, the woman who in the past 6 weeks had brought joy to his mornings with sincere conversations during breakfast. She laughed at his jokes without pretense, asked his opinion about simple things, treated him as Daniel, not as the Whitmore heir. And at some point during these weeks, he had realized he was completely in love with her. The music stopped as the orchestra prepared for the traditional birthday waltz, where Daniel should choose a special partner. All 5 young heiresses positioned themselves strategically. Sophia adjusted her diamond necklace. Victoria practiced her most charming smile. Amanda positioned herself where the light favored her. Elizabeth assumed an elegant posture. Isabella made a small curtsy. The master of ceremonies announced the moment for Daniel to choose his partner. The entire ballroom held its breath. Daniel looked at the 5 young women before him. Any of them would be an appropriate choice. Any of them would meet society's expectations. But then his eyes found Clara, who was discreetly checking tables near the back entrance, her yellow gloves contrasting with the golden environment. And Daniel made a decision that would change everything. He walked with firm steps, not toward the 5 heiresses, but toward the hallway where Clara stood. The entire ballroom fell silent. The 5 young women froze, their expressions changing from expectation to disbelief. "Clara," he said loud enough for everyone to hear, extending his hand. "Would you grant me this dance?" Clara was completely paralyzed, her face turning red. "Mr. Daniel, I can't. Please don't do this. I'm just the housekeeper. Look at all those beautiful young ladies waiting. Any of them would be perfect for you." "None of them is you," he interrupted firmly but gently. "Clara, in the past 6 weeks, you've brought more joy to my life than any party ever has. You make me laugh. You make me think. You treat me as a person, not as a bank account. Please, dance with me." With trembling hands, Clara removed her yellow gloves and placed her hand in his. Gasps of shock exploded through the ballroom as Daniel led her to the center of the floor. The orchestra began playing. Daniel held Clara gently, guiding her through the steps. "I don't know how to waltz," she whispered, terrified. "Just follow my rhythm." "I'll guide you," he replied calmly. As they danced, Daniel spoke. "Clara, there's something I need to tell you. Something I've been holding for weeks. I've fallen in love with you. Completely, irrevocably in love. With your genuine kindness, your honesty, the way you see beauty in simple things. You make me want to be a better person. And I don't care what others think. I love you." Tears ran down Clara's face. "Daniel, this is impossible. Look around us. These people are staring at us with horror. Your father will never accept this." As if summoned by her words, Richard Whitmore appeared beside them, his expression severe. "Daniel, my office, now." His voice was cold as ice. In the office, away from the guests, Richard exploded. "Have you lost your mind? Declaring yourself to the housekeeper in front of the city's entire elite? In front of the daughters of the most important families? You just rejected 5 young women of excellent social standing. There are expectations, responsibilities. I made a choice, Father. I choose Clara because I love her. Love? You're 20 years old. What do you know about love? Those 5 young women out there would bring valuable connections, strategic alliances. Father, all those young ladies are beautiful and educated, yes. But when they talk to me, all I see are social calculations. Sophia only talked about expensive parties. Victoria about art she doesn't understand. Amanda was more concerned with being photographed. Elizabeth offered political connections as a dowry. Isabella mentioned her castle 3 times in 5 minutes. Daniel's voice broke with emotion. But Clara asks about my dreams. She cares about who I am, not what I have. You always taught me that character is worth more than money, that integrity matters more than status. Or was it all a lie? Richard fell silent, his son's words hitting him hard. He walked to the window, looking at the gardens. Do you really love her? He asked quietly. I love her, Father, with every fiber of my being. And when you met Mother, weren't you exactly my age? Richard closed his eyes. His own wife had come from a humble family. His mother had opposed the marriage fiercely, but that woman had been the love of his life, his true partner. Your mother was also considered unsuitable by society, Richard said, his voice choked. They said I was throwing away my future. But she made me the happiest man in the world. She taught me that real value isn't in vaults or titles, but in how we treat people. He turned to Daniel with tears in his eyes. If Clara is who makes your heart happy, then you have my blessing. When they returned to the ballroom, the atmosphere was tense. Richard took the microphone. My friends, today we celebrate my son's 20th birthday. Entry into adult life means making difficult choices, choices that are true to our heart. My son made a choice today that I completely respect and support. Daniel found someone special who makes him happy, who treats him with genuine kindness. And my only wish as a father is his happiness. He searched for Clara with his eyes and smiled. Clara, you are welcome in our family. Not as an employee, but as someone important to my son, and therefore important to me. Daniel held both of Clara's hands and said before everyone, I don't know what the future holds, but I know I want to discover it with you by my side. And there, in that ballroom full of judgments and social expectations, Daniel and Clara danced again, this time not with fear or shame, but with love and the promise that some choices of the heart are worth more than all the world's approvals. Did you like this story? Then like and follow the channel for more stories like this.